Yo, it's me, CSCOTT. Welcome to the Zack Snyder review series. We're starting with Dawn of the Dead, and this is the remake of the 1978 film of the same name. It is also the first directorial debut of Zack Snyder. And it tells the story of a group of survivors coming together at a local mall, trying to survive the zombie apocalypse. So, my positives for this, I'm going to try to do it differently so I can get this out faster, get done faster, because sometimes I take too long and then I can't get the video uploaded. But anyway, my positives for this, I do like the characters. I like the way this movie opens. You know, you got our main character, Anna. She's at the hospital, and she just wants to leave. And you get subtle hints as to what's going on. Someone got bit, and they're in the ICU for just getting bit. Or someone's coming in on a stretcher. There's stuff on the radio that she's skipping through just to get to music, you know, subtle things. And then the next morning, the neighbor girl comes in, attacks Anna's husband. He turns into a zombie, and she wakes up the next morning to really find out that hell has broken loose. You know, she gets out, she runs into a car. You know, she gets in the car, runs into a tree, and then we get the opening sequence, which has the Johnny Cash song "When the Man Comes Around," and it's well done, very well done. And then we introduce to Kenneth, who is a tribute to Ken Foray, who was in the original, and he's actually has a cameo as a TV televangelist in this. And they come across Andre, his wife or girlfriend Luda, and then Michael, who's with them. Now, I like the whole mall setting. I like how it's lit. I like how they're doing things. I like how they they come across. They have their run of the mall. You know, you're stuck. You're at the mall. There's food. There's stuff that you need. Eventually, you're gonna run out. But there's clothes. You need to change your clothes. It may not always have your size, but I'm just saying. I run into these 3 security guards there. One of them led by a dick named CJ, who ends up becoming an ally later. But 2 of them are locked away, and one of them, Terry, stays with them. Then they find some other survivors. And I like the other survivors that come in. Very playful characters. I also like this little scene that has Matt Frewer's character, Frank. He's been bitten, and so they need to kill him because they figured out that bites is the reason why they turn. So, and it's a wonderful scene where, like, Frank and his daughter are embracing each other, and, you know, he's got to go, and then they take him to the store. They lock him in with Kenneth. And you don't see anything. You just hear the zombie roar. You see him die. And then you hear the zombie roar from somewhere else. Like, you go back to our other characters and you hear the zombie roar and a gunshot. That's it. And that's done. I also like a story we have. There's a relationship between Kenneth and this other guy on the top of the other store. His name is Andy. And there's this, bond between them. They can't say anything to each other. They just communicate, and they play chess by communicating. It's really cool. And I like these characters. They're great characters. Even the sort of comic relief played by Phil Dunphy himself. Ty Burrell, he plays Steve. He's a jackass, but he's a comic relief character. I like that. I like the gore. I like the way the zombies look. I like that they run, because most zombies are just, and it's just like, well, why can't they outrun them? Why are the zombies always gathering up and getting people if they just go, Running zombies make more sense, because then you're fucked. It works. And I even like, there's a scene at the end, Anna had a relationship with Lewis, the guy at the beginning who was killed. He's gone. So now she starts to have a relationship with Michael. And now at the end, Michael saves her from these zombies as they're trying to leave to get to the marina to go to an island where they think there will be no zombies. And he realizes he's been bit, and so he tells them to go on without him. And as they leave in the dock, there's this, she's like, no, because she's losing someone she loves again, but has to go. And as they leave, he shoots himself so that he doesn't turn. I like that. I also like that they explain you will only turn if you are bit and then die. Because I hate it in the zombie movies where oh, if you die, you're a zombie. Why? That doesn't make any sense to me. If you die, you just automatically a zombie. Now, Return of the Living Dead makes sense because there was that area around them so they died and that gas or whatever it was got them. Yeah, that makes sense. But just to die and become a zombie, that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I really like that. What I didn't like was the subplot where Andre's taking care of his wife. She's obviously been, she's pregnant and she's obviously been infected. So they do this whole subplot where he's trying to keep everyone, he doesn't want anyone, he's trying to deal with it himself. They're in the baby area and he wants to, and everything. And, she turns into a zombie in the middle of giving birth. She gives birth to what is a zombie baby, which I thought was kind of cool, but, And then Norma, which is one of the people who came in the truck, goes down to check on them, and she stumbles in, and there's this gunfight between them, which I thought was kind of cool. Zack Snyder does some cool things with the way he frames the gunshot. That's pretty cool. And then they just shoot out, and they're dead. And then they kill the baby, off screen, of course. And Luda is also dead. But it's just like, do we need to really have that whole subplot where we knew something was going on with her, but do we really need that? Also, I think there's a lapse in character judgment in this. So, when they first rescue these people, there's this heavy-set woman they're pulling around in a wheelbarrow, pushing around in a wheelbarrow. She's obviously been infected. She looks absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. She's obviously been infected. They let her in, and Anna, looks at her and stuff. No. If I was in charge, I would not let her. I'm like, no, you're not bringing her in there. She's obviously infected. Leave her out. But no, she turns, of course, and goes after him. Just like, it's like Zack Snyder said, okay, we need action scene here, and we need action scene here, and they put those two scenes there. We need something to happen because they're in a mall. I don't know how he sounds, but I'm cool, But yeah, it's like they're fine, but were they needed? Not really. And then we get the ending. Now the ending, like I said, is pretty cool. Where Michael shoots himself and they go off to salvation. But Zack Snyder says, fuck that. There's no salvation for these people because during the credits, they find Steve's camera. That's Ty Burrell's character. His camera, because he's dead. And basically they get to the island, there's zombies already there, and they're fucking dead. A couple other things I didn't like as well, just small little things. Andy, the guy across the way that's communicating with Kenneth, he gets turned into a zombie. I don't think that was needed, but I see where he was going. Kenneth's gonna have to shoot him because they're friends. I get that. And then, I guess Zack Snyder realized they had too many characters leading into the end of the film, so they had set up earlier that they have it set where they can stick a chainsaw out the bus and chop off the zombies and stuff, chop them up. And so they give it to this one guy who I've seen in a million things, but I don't even know. He was in Jason X. He was one of the pilot guys. And he grabs it to activate it and accidentally kills everyone, including himself, in the back, except for Kevin Zager's character and maybe one other person there, CJ, who wasn't even in there at the time, I think. But yeah, just like, what the fuck? Like, we had all these people and you just kill them off in one foul swoop. Oh, and Steve, who escapes only to then be bitten and turned to a zombie. But otherwise, I really enjoyed this movie. There's a few things that kind of held it down, but it's still pretty good. And overall, I give it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I think it is one of the better zombie movies out there. I'm not a big zombie fan, but I think it is very good. It gets 8 out of 10 for me. So what are your thoughts on Dawn of the Dead? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty. We'll see you in the next one.